Aging isn't about slowing down, it's about stepping into your power. Welcome to Don't Let the Old Lady In, the podcast where we challenge outdated beliefs about getting older and embrace wellness, self-love, and confidence. Your host is Lorie Gardner, a registered nurse and nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, and she is your guide on this journey to vibrant, mindful living. Each episode will explore topics that nourish your mind, body, and spirit and how to navigate health issues in the healthcare system as you age so you can live with energy, purpose, and joy. Let's get started. Here's your host, Lorie Gardner. Welcome back to Don't Let the Old Lady In. This is Lorie Gardner, your host. Today, we are talking about health. And as a nurse, I love this topic. If you don't make time for your health, your body will, ladies. The longer you wait, the louder the body speaks until it screams. Let this be your turning point today. In this empowering episode, I will talk about what it really means to be proactive about your health in midlife. If you've been feeling tired, overwhelmed, or unsure about where to start with your health, this is your wake-up call. Learn how to shift from reactive to proactive care and take charge of your wellness journey, mind, body, and spirit. So this is one of those episodes where I say, sit up and listen. This is a sit up and listen moment because I'm going to say something that might sting a bit, but it could save your health. If you don't make time for your health now, your body will. And you may not like how it makes that time. You'll make time for the ER visit. You'll make time for the sleepless nights. You'll make time when your lab results come back abnormal, your energy tanks, or your mood crashes. But here's the gift, ladies. You can choose a different path. You can get ahead of the crisis. You can lead. You can prevent. And you can thrive. This episode is your wake-up call and your invitation to stop waiting for a breaking point and start building your breakthrough. Let's talk about the cost of waiting, not just financially, but emotionally and physically. Waiting to take care of yourself often turns small problems into big ones. That midlife fatigue could turn into burnout. That weight gain could spiral into prediabetes. That irregular period could be a warning sign of perimenopause complications or worse. Waiting creates fear. Fear feeds avoidance, but clarity and action create peace. Waiting teaches your body that she doesn't matter. And we're not here to abandon her, ladies. We're here to honor her. So this wake-up call, how do we go from reactive to proactive? Let me start by asking you this. When was the last time you checked in on your health? Not just because something felt wrong, but because you wanted to know how your body was really doing. See, we're taught from a young age to look for symptoms, treat pain, and wait until something breaks before we give it attention. But in midlife, that model doesn't work anymore. Not if we want to feel good, stay active, and thrive. Midlife is a time of profound transition. Hormones are shifting. Metabolism is changing. Sleep becomes more fragile, and chronic conditions start to show up more often. But here's the key. Those changes are not problems. They're invitations. Invitations to tune in, to learn, and to lead. Lead your body, your health, and your life. Hot tip here, ladies. Awareness is your superpower. And when you pair awareness with action, that's when transformation begins. So what gets in the way of this? I'll tell you. Fear, avoidance, and misinformation. So let's talk about what stops us from being the leader of our health. Fear, number one, big one. Fear of the unknown. Fear of diagnosis. Fear that it's too late. I've heard women say, what if I find out something I can't handle? I mean, isn't that a lot of the reason why we don't get those screenings or mammograms? We're all terrified of breast cancer and others as well. But I always remind these ladies, you're already handling it by not knowing knowledge is power. It's also peace. So the second one is avoidance. It's easier to stay busy, to focus on the kids or your job or your partner. But when we avoid our own health, we delay healing. We deny ourselves the chance to feel better, not worse. And the third reason is misinformation. Between Dr. Google, TikTok wellness trends, and a healthcare system that's often rushed and dismissive, it's no wonder women feel confused about what's real, what matters, and what to do next. But we really must reclaim our role as advocates, not just patients. We don't have to be experts, but we can be informed decision makers. This is the main reason, ladies, I started my business as a nurse patient advocate. I saw too many people, and I'm talking smart people, upper management, CEOs, as patients that became so passive in the healthcare system because it's so confusing. And they don't even know where to start. So I help them a lot. So next I want to talk about what proactive midlife health looks like. Let's break it down a little bit. Being proactive isn't about obsessing. It's not about doing everything perfectly or being on some rigid wellness protocol. No. It's about choosing presence over panic. It's about intention over inertia. Here's what proactive health can look like in real life. You get annual checkups with labs tailored just to you. Not just basic cholesterol. Ask for your hormone panels, thyroid function, vitamin D, maybe even vitamin B12, the inflammatory markers. Know your baseline so you can track changes over time. And ladies, with all these portals we have and the electronics, most of these lab companies will actually show you the trends over time, which is fantastic. Number 2, bone health screenings in your 40s and 50s, not just after menopause. Don't wait for a fracture. Learn your risk and protect your strength now. You've heard me talk a lot about my initial diagnosis with osteoporosis and improving it with bone strength, or should say strength exercise. But you got to be proactive. Number 3, mental health as part of the picture. Anxiety, mood swings, irritability, and sleep issues are often dismissed as just hormones. But they're worth understanding, treating, and supporting, and going a little more deeper into these. Next, daily movement that builds strength and vitality. Muscle mass naturally declines with age, but strength training, walking, yoga, dancing, they all help you stay functional, energized, and independent. And a lot of the experts I'm listening to lately are saying the one thing that midlife ladies and beyond need to start doing is developing lean muscle mass. I mean, put down the pink 5-pound weights and start getting heavy. This supposedly is a key to longevity. Next, conscious eating, not dieting. I talk a lot about this in my signature course because I do focus a little bit more on not what's going in your mouth, but what's happening in your life. Are you being nourished in your life? Are you weighted down by emotions and stress? That has a huge amount to do with it. But conscious eating a lot is about focusing on real whole foods that fuel you, stabilize your blood sugar, support brain health, and reduce inflammation. That's the real anti-aging formula. Ladies, this isn't that complicated. It's pretty simple. Not easy to do, but pretty simple. Eat whole foods. If it comes from the earth, the sky, the water, it's natural, it can go in your mouth. And restrict or limit all the other processed type foods. And lastly, nervous system regulation is huge. A lot of us, and myself included, did not realize how much nervous systems are affected by all of our life events, everything, you name it, and how it can get so out of whack and so dysregulated that it becomes a chronic issue that starts leading into other problems. But what we can do about this is a lot of breath work, meditation, journaling, connecting with others of like-minded that you get along with or are experts, mental health experts. All of these lower stress hormones. They improve sleep and support health and immune health. So one of a favorite quote of mine is, health isn't just about absence of disease. It's the presence of energy, purpose, and joy. Here's a big one, ladies, to really think about. The mindset shift from victim to leader. Mindset is almost everything. So many women hit midlife that I talk to and feel kind of betrayed by their bodies. They say, I don't recognize myself anymore, or everything I used to do doesn't work. I will honestly say, ladies, after I had my major pancreatic surgery many years ago and I lost a ton of weight, and as I recovered, I would look at my body in the mirror going, I was disgusted. I went from a 50-something-year-old in decent shape lady to a body that looked like 80 years old. So it's not easy. You do feel betrayed by your body. I can say that I had the amazing experience of bringing my body back up to its pre-surgery level and surpassing that by far. Yep, it took work. Yep, yes. But you know what? A lot of ladies, that kind of gets them down. And I get it. I lived it. It's real. But what if your body isn't betraying you? What if it's just speaking a new language? Think of it that way. And what if midlife is the moment when you stop outsourcing your well-being and finally stepping into your own leadership and controlling your body, your mind, and your spirit? Here's what that looks like. You ask questions, even if the doctor is rushed. I always have people, or myself, we bring a list of questions. No doctor can stop you. If you got a piece of paper in front of you or your notes on your phone with lists of questions, they can't give you the bum's rush. I guarantee you. You schedule the tests even if they feel scary. Just do it and go. You rest, not because you're lazy, but because you're wise. There's nothing wrong with resting. That is part of the task of staying well. Also, you fuel your body like it matters because it does. Give that body good fuel. High premium, high test, all whole foods. I want to emphasize that you are the most qualified person to decide what wellness means for you. And it does take some work. You can't just let it happen. But let's get a little practical here and go through 5 ways you can start today. Are you ready to take the lead now? All right. Number 1, schedule your checkup or mammogram. Even if you're not due, stay on top of it. Prevention is easier than treatment. Number 2, start a symptom tracker. Use your phone, a journal, or a wellness app. Track your sleep, your mood, your energy, your digestion, any kind of pain. You'll start to see some patterns possibly emerge, and that will be valuable when you go see your wellness provider or physician. Ask your provider for full labs. They need to provide it for you, or most likely these days, you get these labs right on your patient portal. And remember, you have rights to all your records in your chart, so that your doctor should provide that. That will give you more of a full picture and not just the basics. And I can't say it's enough, obviously, and you've heard it a gazillion times, but I'm going to say it again. Move your body for 20 minutes a day. Walk, dance, stretch, go up and down stairs, lift something. Motion is medicine. And lastly, commit to a calming ritual. Even 5 minutes of breath work before bed can change your nervous system. I like to say practice 3 times a day before each meal. As you're preparing your meal, do your breath work. You just might eat a little bit less. So in closing, I want to say, ladies, the power is in you. You've got this. Here's what I want you to remember. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not too late. Your body is wise. She's been through a lot. She's done so much for you, and she's asking you to finally listen and collaborate with her. When you listen, when you tune in, show up and take the lead, that's when midlife becomes a beautiful, bold, new beginning, not the beginning of the end. So I'm going to leave you with 3 journal prompts. I like to give you some journal prompts to put in that journal and start to get more aware, because awareness is key. What is one area of your health that you've been ignoring or avoiding? Let's write that down. Maybe add an action step. Next, what would it like to be the leader of my own wellness? Think about this and bring out some inner thoughts. And lastly, how can I honor my body with compassion instead of criticism? Aren't we the biggest critics of our body? Wow. Here's a little exercise I heard not long ago. A lot of us don't like to look at our bodies as we get older, but they did a study and said if you stand, 10 feet away from a mirror? You're not seeing all the details, ladies. Stand 10 feet from the mirror, get your big girl hands on the hips, look at your body in its birthday suit and say, damn, you're good looking. Damn, you got a good body. And just go for it, because what you believe, you will see. If you believe you have a good body and you're going to work on it, you're going to see improvement. So the truth is, you know what? What I want to leave you with is your body's not your enemy. She's not betraying you. She's begging you to listen. And the truth is, you don't have to do everything at once. You just have to do something. One small act of self-leadership today can change your trajectory tomorrow. So take the walk, make the appointment, eat the nourishing meal, breathe, journal, sleep, ask the questions, say no, say yes, Pick one of them and be proud of yourself for doing it. Because when you make the time for your health now, you create freedom later. Ladies, thanks for being here. And remember, don't let that old lady in. You've got too much life to live and too much power left to claim. Till next time. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Don't Let the Old Lady In. Remember, age is just a number. Your mindset, energy, and passion are what truly define you. If this episode spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Subscribe and leave a review so we can continue this journey together. You are strong, vibrant, and unstoppable. Until next time, keep living boldly, loving yourself fully, and most importantly, don't let the old lady in.